you struggling to see where the direction of this Canucks team is going in after a disappointing season? In this video, I'm going to share with you what I would do if I were Patrik Allvin this offseason to make this team better. Point one, I would make one last ditch effort to re-sign Brock Boeser, perhaps offer, up our offer from the previous offer, which was 5 years at $8 million, which came out to a total of $40 million. I would up that by 1 year, and I would offer him 6 years at 8.7, which would equal out to $52.5 million. If he says no, he says no. In a scenario where he were to say no, I would attempt to trade him at the draft, perhaps package him with our first round pick to try and get us a young second line center. Or if I'm unable to get a young second line center, I would at least try and get a key piece to replace Brock Boeser, perhaps a skilled winger. The candidates for a young second line center I have listed here are Marco Rossi, Sam Bennett. Although Bennett teeters on the line when it comes to young second line center, Logan Cooley, Ryan Donato, Alexis Lafreniere, Adam Fantilli, and Jack Roslovic. If we're unable to get a young second line center, I would look at some veterans. Some veteran centers who are at a reasonable price and would really help out this team. Such candidates include Matt Duchene, Claude Giroux, Brock Nelson, Mikael Granlund, John Tavares, and Jamie Benn. Obviously, John Tavares would be very pricey, and we also don't know for sure if he would leave Toronto, but he would have a pretty big price tag, and he's a bit of an outlier when it comes to at least the Canucks. I don't know if I would be too interested in somebody like John Tavares, but I would most certainly be very interested in a player such as Matt Duchene or even a Claude Giroux. Would bring a lot of experience to this Vancouver Canucks team, and he would also bring a veteran presence to this Vancouver Canucks team as well. And you can say the same thing for Brock Nelson as well. But I want to know from you guys, who do you like out of this list of names? Do you have a completely different name in mind? Go ahead and post it in the comment section down below. I'm going to call this point 1.5. It's like, between 0.1 and between 0.2. And that is deciding if I'm going to keep Elias Pettersson past July 1st. But for the sake of this video, we're going to decide to keep him, as the last thing we need is searching for a new first line center, as on top of already needing a second line center. And we're also just going to, have faith and believe that he can be the EP40 that we know he has been in the past. But yeah, just for the sake of this video, we're going to keep him past July 1st. And then point number 2 would be to attempt to re-sign Pius Suter. I would probably offer him 4 years at maybe $3.9 million, perhaps maybe even 4. So if I were to go 4x4, that would equal up to $16 million in total value. He is projected to make just under 16, according to AFP Analytics. So I would go with 16 million, 4x4. Re-signing Suter is key, because if you lose Suter, as I mentioned, that's another center that you're going to have to go out and get, on top of already being needing a second line center. If you're unable to get said second line center using Boeser as a trade piece, and he ends up walking for free and signing with another team, one idea you could try and do is, or rather, if Boeser makes it known that he's not interested in returning to the Vancouver Canucks, and just before free agency, so this would be at the draft, I would try and use Pius Suter as a trade piece for that, and attempt to get a second line center with Pius Suter attached to that first round draft pick, especially considering the way he's finishing the season. Obviously, the season has not ended yet, but he has really bumped up his value in the last several weeks. So his value by the time that the draft happens would likely be pretty high. So I would attempt to maybe use Pius Suter as a trade piece if he made it known that he was not interested in re-signing and we weren't able to get an extension done. I would try and use him as a trade piece to get that second line center, especially if his value is high. Point number 3, if neither of the above work, obviously you look at free agency. You look at guys like Sam Bennett, see what the market is like for them. I would also refer back to our first point and the candidates, particularly the veterans. Your Matt Duchene's, your Claude Giroux, your Brock Nelson, or anyone else who is a veteran. I would circle back and basically go through the list, see who worked, see who didn't work, and basically pick from that list. Out of those 3, though, and this is just my personal opinion, I would really like to see a guy like Matt Duchene as a member of the Vancouver Canucks. Yes, he's on the older side, but he's also he would bring that veteran experience, but the guy can score. And that is something that the Vancouver Canucks really, really need and desperately need on this team. And Matt Duchene would give that to you. And especially if you were able to get Matt Duchene on a short-term deal, that would be absolutely great for the Vancouver Canucks. You could say the same thing about Claude Giroux and Brock Nelson, although I would think Colorado would want to re-sign or sign Brock Nelson to an extension. So by the time free agency hits, Brock Nelson may not even be available. But point number 4, I would try and reacquire our 2026 third round draft pick from the Calgary Flames. And this pertains to offer sheets. As in order to actually offer sheet, you need your own draft picks. And currently, the Calgary Flames have our 2026 third round draft pick, and that they acquired in the deal that gave us Zadorov. So I would attempt to try and reacquire that third round draft pick and get that back. And then I would look at the offer sheets and the candidates who I would be looking at, who I would want to offer sheet. First name is Gabriel Velarde, who has a cap hit of $3.44 million. Gabriel Velarde is a center. He's late 20s center, and I think he would be a great fit for this Vancouver Canucks team. He's had a great season so far. He's actually had a great last couple of seasons since he was traded from the LA Kings to the Winnipeg Jets. So he would definitely be a name that I would be willing to offer sheet. Now, just for the sake of this video, we're not going to worry too much about the teams matching our offer. I'm just simply saying these are the guys that I would be interested in offer sheeting. So just so that's clear. Another name, JJ Peterka, who has a under 1 million cap hit. So he would be relatively cheap. JJ Peterka is also a young, talented player who would inject some life into this Canucks team. Another name would be Marco Rossi that I mentioned earlier. He also is under 1 million when it comes to his cap hit. This could also be another way to acquire him if trading for him at the draft would not work. Another name, Mason McTavish of the Anaheim Ducks, is someone else who I would attempt to look into offer sheeting and getting him onto this team. He's a young, talented forward, and he can easily slot in at center. Same thing with Gabriel Velarde. Most of these names are centers, are young, talented centers. Obviously, if the offer sheet tactic isn't working, I obviously either circle back to the trade route and assess the assets that we have available to trade. I would try and be creative. And then I would also, of course, look back at free agency, look at and see who's still available, and would go that route as well. So yeah, that's what I would do to if I were Patrik Allvin. I would, basically, go out of my way to try and get us that second line center, make this team better. This particular video focuses on getting that second line center. I know we mentioned getting a winger or a skilled winger, perhaps in a trade for Brock Besser. But I wanted to really focus on that second line center position and the center position completely. Maybe I'll do another video just like this, but we'll talk about, other moves that I would make if I were Patrik Allvin maybe if it's a winger, if it's a depth forward, or who knows. But this one I wanted to really hammer home and basically focus on the second line center position, because that is something that the Vancouver Canucks absolutely desperately need right now. So let me know what you guys think about this. How I would do as Patrik if I were in Patrik Allvin's shoes. Let me know. Once again, let me know in the comment section down below, out of those names that I listed, which one you like, which one you don't like, and if there's a name that I didn't list that would work really well, go ahead and post that in the comment section down below. If you like this video, and if you'd like to see more of these videos in particular, especially once the offseason officially begins, let me know in the comment section down below, and I will absolutely do more videos like this. Obviously, subscribe if you haven't already. Become a Patreon member and get exclusive perks. The link to that is in the video description down below. Join our Discord. Be a part of the conversation. And the link to that is also in the video description down below. If you're looking for us on social media, as you can see on the right of your screen there, you can find us on Instagram, on X, on Facebook, on TikTok, and also for those of you that are Spotify listeners and enjoy using Spotify, you can listen to us on Spotify in both audio and video format. Just look for us at The Line Change. You can look for us on Instagram at The Line Change. You can look for us on X at Line Change Van. You can search us on Facebook, The Line Change, and then TikTok. It is the.line.change.po. And that's going to do it for this video. Once again, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. And I'll see you guys. Actually, before I go, I mentioned it in a previous video that this Saturday, there won't be a live stream as I will be at the Canucks game. So there won't be a post-game recap or live stream. There will be one for Sunday's game. So I just wanted to let you guys know about that. And I got something, although there won't be a live stream on Saturday, I do have something special planned for you guys on Saturday. So look forward to that. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.